Ace Magashule and his co-accused in the asbestos roof removal corruption case have been in and out of the Free State High Court in 2022. The matter has been postponed several times. In February, some of the accused claimed that the state was cutting corners in pursuing criminal charges against them. Magashule, businessman Edwin Sodi, former Free State Human Settlements Director-General Thabani Zulu, and former Free State Human Settlements head Ntimutsi Mukhesi have challenged the legality of the charges against them. Among others, they argued that charges are premised on the evidence presented before the Zondo Commission on State Capture. Applicants submitted that in doing so, the state violates their fundamental right to a fair trial. They told the court that state capture regulations provide that self-incriminating evidence will be inadmissible against them in a criminal trial. Magashule also insists that the state is compelled to reveal the list of witnesses that will testify against him. However, the state denied these claims, arguing that it has embarked on its own investigation and that the evidence will show that the accused were involved in every aspect of the crimes they are accused of.
Unfortunately, these applications delay the proceedings. That is unfortunately so. And it's not a question of my legal colleagues wasting the time of the court or anyone else. It is a question of, it is the right of the accused. And accused number 13 must understand that these things take time.
In March, Magashule and the co-accused suffered a legal blow. They failed in their bid to have charges against them quashed.
It vindicates our position that the issues that they raised in their interlocutory application should be ventilated by the trial court. We are now focusing on ensuring that the pre-trial conference that is scheduled for the 10th of June 2022 is concluded.
Magashule and others have accused the NPA of playing delaying tactics, citing political interference and financial implications. The matter had to be postponed in June, while Magashule and the other three accused expressed their intention to petition the Supreme Court of Appeal to challenge the court's decision, which dismissed their application to have charges against them dropped. Magashule argues that it took 5 months for the court to hand down judgment on his leave to appeal. He briefly took the stand in court and expressed his frustration at the NPA, claiming an alleged plot to derail his political ambitions.
And out in the public eye, we are these corrupt people who don't want to respect the law. And we were promised by the trial, by the presiding authority that we are supposed to have actually dealt with this case last year. And it has been postponed and postponed and postponed. And even when we get out now, you are going to hear the National Prosecuting Authority saying it's us delaying the case.
An additional accused, former Gauteng Human Settlements Acting HOD Margaret Ann Diedericks, appeared alongside the accused in September. It's alleged that Diedericks fraudulently received more than 7 million rand. The state also confirmed that Murwadi Choloda, the former personal assistant to Magashule, has been added to the list of accused. To date, more than 30,000 houses in the Free State still have asbestos roofs.
I have more than 30 years staying at Silver City. We have the roof of asbestos. So I lost my grandmother it's been 2 years. 2 to 3 years now. I lost my grandmother due to the asbestos.
My mother was also passed away by TB, but I didn't realize for it is the cost of asbestos.
Magashule, Zulu and Sodi filed papers in the Supreme Court of Appeal to challenge the High Court judgment, which dismissed their application to have charges against them dropped. In papers before the SCA, Magashule argues that the state has failed to recognize his rights to prepare for the trial and that it erred in not finding that the state is compelled to furnish him with a list of witnesses who will testify against him. The accused further dismissed allegations by the state that they are resorting to stalling crowd tactics. Magashule insists that the state has not been ready to proceed with the trial.
Judge Naidu, who insisted on heads of argument being filed in May with an appearance date in June and then didn't give judgment until September. In other words, she took 5 months to provide a judgment on an application for leave to appeal, which has resulted in these unnecessary delays.
A pre-trial hearing is expected to sit on the 20th of this month and is likely to result in another postponement as the matter is still before the SCA. The NPA previously alluded to the possibility of the asbestos trial taking longer than a year. Makhala Masiteng, SABC News, Bloemfontein.